everyone, this is Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. Today is, I have a calendar, the 20th, Wednesday, May 20th. And this is Charm Chatter 58. I just looked it up. I just looked it up. So I'm coming at you from the yarn room today. I know 2 days in a row. What is up? But I talked yesterday about making a graphic from Terry from YarnJoy Podcast. And I did it. Now wait, I want to show you the right side. Let me look at it. Yep, this is the right side. Look! It's so cute. Just a little owl, in case you couldn't tell. So my husband helped pick out the yarn. He is the bird man, and he had this yarn, and I brought it down and said, what do you think of that? And I gave him a choice of other yarn, and he liked this one for the body of the owl. And does it look like it's talking to you? So I'm going to tell you, she did a really great job of explaining. And I have a picture, I think. I brought it up. Yep. This is the original printout. I have, oh, I just dropped my head. Oh, you can't see her. She's sitting over here. And I knocked her down. So this is the original graph that you look at. And then as you go back and forth, you color in, you mark off the boxes that you've done, and usually apparently it's color coordinated to what color you need to be putting there. So this is the colors that Terry used, and I will have her videos linked below. This is part of a bigger wall hanging that she had, and it has a pumpkin underneath the owl, and then it says fall down the side. I just wanted a simple short little project to see how well I could handle it, if I could figure it out. I've only done a corner to corner stitch maybe once or twice, and I think I've done 2. And I've done that on dishcloths. So my experience with corner to corner is very limited. And then I've never, worked with the little bobbins. These, it worked out well. I think I should have had more bobbins. I kept yarn on the skein because I thought the project is little, and so it would just be, even with a little project, and the fact that I'm a beginner at it, it would have probably been better had I made up more bobbins as I went along, instead of trying to keep the yarn on the skein. But anyway, it turned out. I worked on it a couple of hours. Took me longer to get my printer to print than it took me, well, not quite, but really close. I don't know why my printer didn't want to print, but that's not your concern. So anyway, I wanted to show you, and she has one for, like I said before, I don't know that she has the winter one yet, but she has this spring, summer, and this one was fall. But this is the only one that she has a tutorial for you in the free pattern, and I needed the tutorial. So anyway, that's that, and I'll tell you the yarns that I used. Well, I guess I need them here, don't I? Well, we'll put that over there. I used this Caron Simply Soft for the feet and the beak, and this is color, I will find it. I will find it. Maybe I won't. Gold. It's called gold. Used very little of that, obviously. And this is they call this color teal, but this is Yarn Bee's Soft Secret. I don't know how they get teal out of that because it really looks green to me, but they call it teal. And I had made a hat for my son, and I had 2 of these, and this was what was left of the second one, and so it became where I thought it looked nice to have the owl in a tree. So that's why we did, oh, now he's upside down. So that's why we did the teal there, green, whatever. The white, I used Red Heart Super Saver Soft White. That was left over from my Amanda's Patriot blanket. The brown, unknown brown. I think it's Dreamweaver, which probably means it's Red Heart. The black is definitely Red Heart. I mean, is definitely Dreamweaver, which again, I think then makes it Red Heart. And this is the Dreamweaver. And the Dreamweaver yarns don't carry a name, so I don't know. But this is the body of the owl. And I thought it would turn out cool looking like that, and I really do. I think that turned out like really cool to look like a body of an owl. So I'm going to put a dowel through it. I have to get one and then hang a string, you know, and hang it up in the camper, I think. I made it, like I said, my husband does birding. He just likes them. And so I don't know if we'll hang it in the camper or in the man cave. I have the yarn room. He has the man cave. It's only fair. So I'm not sure where it's going to go, but he said he would like the owl and he would like it hung up. So, because I offered to make it into a pillow for him. Thank God he didn't go for that one, right? And so that's what I got, and I brought the yarns up to put them away. I did not use 6 at a time. I think at most I had probably 4 that I actually, maybe 3 that I actually had on, no, probably 4. And then, but I had at least 5 or 6 colors at one time. So the Van Halen blanket, but it's only 3 colors. So even if there's more bottoms, at least it's only 3 colors. So I think I'll be able to do it. So the next step is going to be designing it, right? I have graph paper and I bought colored pencils. I don't know how to design it. So I think I'll start with a small one and then work my way bigger. I don't know. So I have that, and I wanted to show you real quick. And we're spending the weekend at the campgrounds, and I was shopping, and Michael's is open. Somebody, and I can't remember who it was, went to Michael's, and they bought some cotton, I believe, coastal cotton maybe. And they said they had a color that was, they couldn't decide if it was blue or green. Well, that is the color of my bathroom. You can't decide if it's blue or green. It's kind of like a seafoam, I think. So I was driving past and I popped in, and the yarn that they have a yarn called Coastal. They did not have a color that was my bathroom. Not in that yarn. They had a yarn that was the color of my bathroom. But it wasn't a thin enough. It was a 4-weight yarn, and I want something thinner. So I did not buy that, but they had a lot of their thicker yarns on sale, on clearance. So they did have a lot of things on clearance, and I bought some. I mean, it was on clearance. So I bought Super Saver Chunky. I've never used Super Saver Chunky, but I'm going to tell you what, it's soft. They had it in 4 colors on clearance. I did not buy the 4th color. This one's called Dark Orchid, and they are 173 yards, 100% acrylic. And it's a bulky number 5. And they were on clearance for $1.97. So for $2, you know, purple's my favorite. And that's pretty true to the color. It's purple. Then they had this color. Some of them are coming apart a little. I bought 2 of these in the color Flamingo. Now, it's kind of a coral color. It's not looking that so much. It's looking more orange here, I think. But I think it's kind of a coral, dark coral. I bought 2 of those because that's what they had of it. And I bought 2 of the, well, teal, I guess. I'll tell you the color. Minty. The color is called Minty. And I bought 2 of those. Just because I do like to work with chunky 5-weight yarns in the wintertime. And I think you could probably make something out of like a hat or a scarf. Maybe not a scarf, but a hat out of a skein. Maybe those scarves I made a bunch of last year. But I do like 5-weight yarn in the wintertime. And this is really soft. Now, the color I did not buy that they had a lot of was red. And I'm going to tell you, the red was not soft. Just like I said in my flag blanket, that the red is stiffer. It's got to be something with the red coloring. Because the red of this chunky yarn, and this yarn is soft. This reminds me of a little bit thicker, but it reminds me of the softness and squishiness and texture of the Stitch Studio yarn that I liked so much by AC Moore that Premier is now selling. This is thicker than that, but it's like that soft. But the red, not at all. And I was like, what's up with that? And I had to feel it a couple of times. I'm like, how can, wait, this is the same yarn. Yeah, it was the same yarn. Red, not soft. So, I did get 2 in that color because they only had 2 of each of those colors, except the purple. They only had 1, but it's purple, so I bought it. And wait, there's something else in here. What's hiding in here? Oh, my water bottle. I was wondering what happened to that. Silly. And then they had on clearance in. These are not going to fit my grandkids yet, but I have to show you because they're just cute. I don't think Ari or Avery will fit into them for shirts. It says, true to yourself, but they love the Frozen characters. More Avery than Ari now. I think Ari is, you know, she's 8. And these guys might be a little beneath her, but she'll still wear them. They can sleep in them. So I thought they would like them. They were on clearance at half price. No, 60% off. So I bought them. I just figured I'd show you while I had out this stuff. So that's what I have for you today. I just really did want to share with you the Grafgan. If you haven't tried one, but you wanted to, it's not really that hard. I mean, chaos is part of my life, I think. My brain is in total chaos. So when there was like yarn all over and I had bobbins clicked to things, I even had bobbins clicked to my shirt at one point because it just made it easier. Terry did say it's probably best to do this at a table, but I already had bobbins clicked to my shirt by then. So they stayed there, and I stayed on the couch that was comfy. The chaos of it, I kind of like fit right in with that. That worked really well in my head, and I felt like in this particular pattern, and maybe it wouldn't be like that everywhere, but when it was time to change color, the color was mostly already there. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to get to, so I'm trying to get the pattern back out. So, like, you're doing the purple, and then you got to do a brown, and the brown, like, Not the first row, obviously, because you have to add the brown at that point. But as we were going back and forth, most of the time when it was like, oh, now it's time to go to this color, the color mostly was there. And maybe it's just this particular pattern worked out that way. And that's awesome, because it made me not afraid to do the project that I really wanted to do. So if you want to try it, that's a really, and this, there were parts to this, like I said. So she did one video of the pumpkin, one video set for, well, I guess it was, so more than one video for each of these, for each set, but you could do them separately. You didn't, you know what I mean? It's broken up. So if you want to do the pumpkin, if you want to do the whole thing, you can do the whole thing. But if you, like, I jumped, this was the middle of the set of tutorials, was to do the owl. And I was able to jump right in and do it. I did review how to do the corner to corner stitch, because like I said, I've only done it like twice on a couple of dishcloths. So I did review, she has a tutorial on how to do that, and I did review that. And then I was able to jump right in and do the owl. But she says that the pumpkin is easier. It's less colors. So if you wanted to practice, like, it's not a huge project individually, and then you just put them together. Like, the biggest part would be to do the word fall, because the owl and the pumpkin sit on top of each other, and then the word fall comes down the side. So that would be the biggest one to do, but that doesn't have a lot of colors in it. I think that was only 2 colors to do the word fall, like the background color, and then the letter colors are all the same letter colors. So it's a real easy way to break into it. So give it a try if you want to try something new. If you have questions on how to do it, contact Terry. It's great to see you today. I wish I could see you face to face, though. Maybe another time. Anyway, I'm going to jump off here, and I think I'm going to dye my hair. Woo-hoo. Have a good one. See you tomorrow or the next day, or one day soon. Bye.